Okay, Lauren. So real quick, what is the difference between this documentary that Diddy is suing for, and then the other ones? Because we can say, yo, if you're gonna sue one network, sue all of them, because it's about 9 documentaries out about you. But what is it specifically about this one?
So the Diddy documentary that we were talking about in the last hour, that question came up in a room, and so I had someone that reached out to me to clarify some things because they were listening to us live. So shout out to my source, and what they pointed to was that so all the other documentaries, like y'all, I don't know how many you guys have watched, but I watched a couple of them. A lot of them, especially like the TMZ ones or whatever, they lean heavily on like the legal filings, like the actual docs, and that protects you to a certain extent because someone has put these things on record with the court and you report it according to docs. In this specific documentary, what they're saying is that they leaned into stuff like I'll Be Sure saying specifically that Puff was responsible for Kim Porter's murder, that Puff was responsible for him being in the hospital during that time when he had all that stuff happening. They talk about Ariel Mitchell also alluding to Kim Porter being killed by Puff. So basically what they're, and they also bring in Jaguar, right? And basically what they're saying is because these people and these claims are so like far left and they can't be backed up by anything. Proven. Yeah, this is kind of like this could be an easy win for Puff because the network is going to look at this stuff and say, okay, how do you prove that? How do you prove that what I'll Be Sure is saying, you put him on this platform to say is real, and all the other people. So if he gets that money, then he'll be able to use it to his legal fees. But, you know, we all know that the defamation is one of the hardest things to prove, especially when you're a public figure. Yes. So,
you know, once again, I stand on the fact, because I know that's probably Diddy's team reaching out to Lauren. I stand on the fact that this is a waste of time and energy because you should be focusing that time and energy on your legal case.
They're probably hoping that they settle out, but
I was about to say,
in those interviews, did they say allegedly though? Like when they're telling their story, did they say allegedly, or are they telling the story like it's factual?
I don't remember the exact word for word, but I think even people think when you say allegedly, it's like a bulletproof shield. It's not. Like you can still, those things that they lean into on a platform like that, if they can prove any harm. You know what I mean?
It was done in malice.
Exactly. There's no protection for public figures, like at all. Defamation is one of the hardest things to prove. So, like, no, I don't know.
Well, yeah. So that's I'm sure they hoping that they settle. I just wanted to add that little bit in there because I know we left it off, kind of hanging, and I wanted to add that.
Yeah, I'm sure they hope that they settle out so that way they don't have to go through the process. So if he's settling, suing one thing for $100 million, he's hoping that maybe they cut a check for $5. You know what I mean? So they don't have to go through the process procedure. Maybe, I don't know.
We'll see.
Moving forward to Drake.
Yeah, so Drake. Right. We've been talking about Drake a lot recently.
Girl, yes, we've been talking about Diddy, Drake, and Kendrick. All them three. A lot. And Kendrick. Yes.
So, yeah, yesterday Drake dropped a pre-sale for Sexy Songs for You, which is the collaboration album that he's doing with Party Next Door.
Oh, that's what that was?
Yeah, but he dropped the pre-sale from the OVO website. So when I saw it, I was like, oh, shoot, is Drake pulling his, like, Kanye vultures? Like, I don't need the industry. The industry need me.
Straight to consumer.
Direct to consumer.
Oh, I thought it was because UMG won't put his music out while there's a lawsuit going. And I thought the streaming platforms won't put his music out while the lawsuit is going.
But contractually, aren't they supposed to, though? I mean, if that's what... Because in the contract, they still have to. I mean...
Not in the middle of a lawsuit.
I would say they don't have to put it out, but if he chose... Like, I don't know what the conversations behind the scenes are. Well... And I will say, I was trying to figure out and confirm whether this is going direct to consumer or not fully, or was it just a pre-sale envy?
It's going to be on DSPs as well, so it will be. You can be able to stream it and all that as well.
But is it going to be through UMG though?
No, allegedly won't be through Universal.
That's still okay. Yeah. So I mean, I guess that's still to our point then. Like,
so if it comes out on DSPs and it's not through Universal, will Universal be able to take it down?
Maybe through Sony, maybe through another distribution place.
Yeah, but won't UMG be able to take it down?
How though? Because he has a whole deal for OVO with Sony.
Maybe another distribution place like Sony.
But won't UMG be able to take it down?
No, not if. Think about it. If you got a deal over here with Sony and you release music over here, how
can Drake have another? Drake can't have another deal somewhere. How can Drake
Doesn't OVO have a situation with Sony? I remember that.
OVO has another situation.
Yeah, but is Drake signed to OVO? I don't know. I'm just asking questions.
But how can they stop that? That's like him going to doing a feature and they pull the feature down. Like if he go do something with Khaled or whoever right now.
They can do that.
Drake clears his own music. Drake clears his own music, but I'm assuming that it won't be through Universal, but maybe the assumption will be through Sony.
Well, basically, what I'm trying to say is
Let
that...
me ask somebody at Universal. I got sources, too.
Yeah, please ask, because all of the fans... all of the fans, like when they saw this, they were excited. But I think even Eli in here, OVO Eli, he brought the Presale.
He don't know nothing.
He's a hoe. He's the definition of a hoe.
Yo, when I say he was so excited, and I was asking him, I'm like, so when you buy it, what happens? And they send you an email just like you checking out on their
I
website.
don't listen to Eli. Eli got OVO Timberlands. Okay, I didn't even know he made OVO
and they got fur
Timberlands.
inside.
That's what I'm saying. Why are we listening to him? He got on apple bottom Timberlands with the fur. I don't even make those things.
Apple bottom Timberlands is crazy.
Well, and speaking about the
apple bottom, well, go ahead.
Thickums,
Why
yes.
you smile like that, Jess?
Because Ken Thick, them jeans sold out. Remember we talked about the jeans? People have been out there buying them bootcut jeans because of Ken Thick. I know that's right. But the Super Bowl though has also, people are still reviewing it.
I bought a pair for Bay.
For who?
Bay.
The Celine.
Your wife?
You bought a pair of Celine.
Who, Clue?
You.
No, yeah, I'm not your bae. Shout out to Clue. Shout out to DJ Clue.
You.
He was in here looking at them photos. Crazy when Kendrick had them jeans on too. Maybe that's why he wanted you to get them for him.
Charlamagne was definitely looking at them photos. He was all into him. That's why he got a wax yesterday.
So yesterday Kai Cenat, because he was at the Super Bowl, he dropped his review of the Super Bowl, and I was surprised how honest he was, but it's kind of sparked a little backlash. Let's take a listen.
Oh my God, they add sound effects to the NFL. Oh my God. All right, so right here there was no sound. I just heard crowd sounds. All my life right here there was no sounds. They add crowd effects. I did not know that. I was there. The loudest times that they made, the loudest time that the crowds did was, I think, him being shown for the first time, SZA, Samuel Jackson being shown for the first time, and then They Not Like Us. But one thing I will say though, although the vibes was not good, bro, like they were just not the performance, like up until They Not Like Us. But what I will say is the symbolism behind that performance was top tier.
Why are you shocked by that? Like, why are you shocked by him being honest?
Because I feel like a lot of times when people get to the point where he's at, they try and play favorites. So to get on there and tell the truth like that, if that's what he saw.
Kai got there by doing exactly what he's doing right there, by giving reviews.
I agree, but when people get to that point,
confused about it though.
Why was you confused?
I was a little confused about it though, like, cause it was just, that's an example of like when you just see a clip of something. I'm like, all right, what is he doing this for? Like, what is this? Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just like a little.
He giving his opinion just like you do.
Was messy. Yeah, all right, and I'm giving my opinion about his opinion. I thought, like, at first when I saw it, I thought it was a little messy. Like, what you mean? Like,
why is that messy?
Because clearly, if I said at first, nigga, damn. At first, I thought it was messy because of how he had said it. Like, oh, the crowd was quiet right here. They was not effing with the performance at all. Like, it was, and then he came back and he said, like, oh, all right, no, it was.
So you thought he was just dragging him?
Yeah, I thought he was just dragging him. What you mean?
I think giving your opinion because of some place you was at and talking about what you observed is not messy in no way, shape, or form.
Well, the TDE manager,
I guarantee you, I guarantee you, I can do that and I can make it messy. Like, it's ways that you can do that. Giving your opinion about something and making it messy is ways that you do that.
You know why? Because you are messy and you package it and it's called Jess With The Mess.
Okay, even when I'm not being Jess With The Mess, I still can make
it might
things
real.
Yeah, period. But yeah, at first I did, but then I'm like, all right, whatever.
But they said it came from someplace else, right? Didn't TDE say they felt like it came through something else?
Yeah, well, there's been So TDE manager Hollywood spoke out and said that he basically feels like Kai is just upset because he couldn't get into the suite that TDE had at the Super Bowl or whatever. So they basically are trying to say like either somebody's pushing him to say this stuff or he's upset because he couldn't get into a suite.
Why can't people just have an opinion? Art is subjective. Everybody's gonna have different opinions about people's art. Some people love the performance. Some people didn't like the performance. Some people don't even care. That's just the world we live in.
Yeah.
And look, and for record, when you ain't effing with something, you booing it. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't quiet. They was quiet. Quiet is better than booing. Understand that?
That is true.
If they don't F with it, all right, we listening. Okay, because we don't really know this. We don't know none of this music. We're looking forward to knowing everything at Super Bowl. Is usually like a party, like a concert. Cool. We don't know this, so we quiet.
And clearly, Kendrick did a lot of things right because he's got the #1 album in the country this week. So 230,000 copies. Those are first week numbers. He's gonna have, I think, three of the #1, 2, and 3 song in the country this week. Like he won.
Going crazy, and he sold out them apple bottom jeans boots with the fur.
Yeah, exactly. He won.
Wrapping up, y'all.
Hip hop took over Super Bowl, and that was Jess With The Mess. Charlamagne, we give it a donkey too.
Man, 4 after the hour, there's a teacher in Louisiana that need to get beat up. We'll discuss.
Jesus. All right, we'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.